Hello, hello, my friends. Good morning and welcome to Wow Wednesday. I am your host, Nancy Matthews, and today I also get to be your guest. So welcome to Wow Wednesday. And for those who don't know me, although I'd be surprised since you see me every week, I'm one of the co-founders of Women's Prosperity Network, and I have the privilege of being in business with my two sisters as we created a sisterhood for extraordinary women just like you that are here to make a positive impact through your gifts, your talents, your expertise, as well as make some great income. So if you want some great income as you make a great impact, give me a yes, yes, yes in the chat or in the comments on Facebook. Let me know that you're here. So as I said, I'm one of the founders of Women's Prosperity Network. And normally on Wow Wednesday, I bring you a guest. And guess what? Today, I'm your guest. And the reason that I wanted to deliver this particular message this week is we've been working with so many amazing women entrepreneurs, and there's a few challenges that I see come up over and over and over again. And as we work with them to move beyond those challenges and obstacles, especially as we're coming into, like we're just wrapping up the first quarter of 2022, heading into the second quarter, people start off 2020, the year 2022, it's going to be better, it's going to be different. And then something happens and challenges come up and things that you planned didn't turn out the way that you hoped they would. Maybe you scheduled a group coaching program, or you did some marketing, or you ran some Facebook ads and it just didn't work out. Well, first of all, that happens to me too. And the key is being able to have the resilience to move forward and be able to find new ways to tweak your strategies, but also not necessarily give up on some old ones. And the thing that I see come up is it can feel so overwhelming and complicated to run a successful business. I've been a full-time entrepreneur since 2001. I guess I don't even call it the 20s, since 2001, when I quit my job working as an office manager and legal assistant. I was doing real estate closings. I had been in the legal field for over 20 years, and it was time for me to make a change. And let me tell you, taking that leap from working for someone else, knowing that I had a steady paycheck, into quitting the job and going out on my own was quite scary. You wonder, am I going to make it? And the desire to own my own life, make my own money, and have no ceiling on the cap of what was possible for me was the fuel that kept me going. And when I did this in 2001, I was a single mom. My children, I had two children, and they were young at the time. They were, 5 and 12. And it took a big leap of faith to be able to jump out and do that. And I did that in 2001, and I started my company. And then a few years in, I realized I didn't like the company that I built, and I had to create a new one. So here it was time for me to make another leap. And over the years, as I've now developed and found the formulas that create successful businesses, I wanted to share with all of you. This is a two-part teaching. Today, I want to share with you what I refer to as the quintessential equation. What is that foundation of what it takes for you to be the leader running your business, for you to be what my sister Susan has coined as my moniker, you to be a visionary with guts. And if you see back here, Visionaries with Guts, that's for those of you that are on Facebook or with us on Zoom. Visionaries with Guts was actually my very first book that I did in 2009. And being a visionary with guts, what does that mean? That means you have a vision and you have a desire and you have the guts to move forward with it. And I've done that many, many times. And as I reflected upon what does it really take to keep your vision going, to get back up when you get knocked down, to share your vision, to have those opportunities come in, This quintessential equation that I'm going to share with you today is the underbelly, the foundation of who you need to be to consistently bring that vision to light. And then I'm also doing a training. I've got 2 of them scheduled, and this is called the Hot List System. And when you combine this foundation that I'm sharing with you today and the practical strategies that I'll share on creating your hot list system, this is the recipe for success for all businesses. So as you're listening today, whether you're at, you've achieved the goals that you wanted and now you're setting some new ones, or what maybe you're going through a little bit of struggle and you're wondering, how do I break through? These 2 trainings between today and the hot list system that I'm doing, you're going to get exactly what you need. And then we're here for you. We're here every Wednesday morning. We're here. Yesterday was our networking with a twist. We've got our gold members call. And we also have our group coaching where we get together every single Monday to give you the support that you need. Because here's what I know from my own experience, as well as having worked with so many entrepreneurs over the years. What you learn today must be implemented with consistency and support. Because I promise you this, you may leave here today, and I know you will, so inspired, on fire, and saying, I can do this. And I know that you can, but something's going to happen that's going to try to knock you down again. And it's having a system of support and a community of support that's going to get you through to that next level and that next level and that next level. So let's dive in today with what I refer to as the quintessential equation for living as a visionary with guts. So let's dive in. There are 3 components to this quintessential equation. And let me first describe what quintessential means. Quintessential it's actually the embodiment of essence, of spirits. Like, when you're in the flow, when it feels like magic is just happening all the time, opportunities come that you hadn't expected, your phone rings and a client or somebody from the past just reaches out to you because they were thinking about you and you end up doing business together. Living in that beautiful flow of grace, of miracles, and of opportunities. That's the quintessential equation. It's that element that we want to live in, just like air, water, earth, and fire are the basic elements of this physical plane. This essence of source, of divinity, is the 5th essential element, this quintessential piece. So 3 ways for you to consistently tap into that so you can live your purpose, fulfill your potential, and really enjoy this life with passion. And those 3 ingredients are, and I bet I got somebody in the house taking some notes today. So thank you to whoever that is. It might be Rita, it might be Roz. I'm not sure if Roz is in the house. So the 3 ingredients to living as a visionary with guts are tunnel vision, television, and X-ray vision. So let's all step in to being the visionaries that we were all born to be. And before you think for a moment that maybe I'm not a visionary, and I gather there's lots of visionaries with us because you're here to make a greater impact, and you have something burning inside of you that you just want to take out and help make the world a better place with. Being a visionary is simply about being able to see something in the future that does not yet exist that you want to create. We're all visionaries. If you have the ability to think about and dream about and imagine the vacation you want to take, you're visioning. We are all visionaries. So claim it right now. I am a visionary. And this doesn't have to be about creating something new. It's actually even better if you're just looking at something as the way it exists and you see a better way for it to exist. And that's what we did when we created Women's Prosperity Network. There were lots of women's networking groups. There were lots of women's support groups. There were chambers of commerce. There were lots of ways that women were coming together. But we saw this gap. and this place where we knew we could make it better for women entrepreneurs who were on a mission. And that's where we combined masterminding with business education, with personal development. So your vision, tap into what is your vision? What is that place in the world or the place in your community where you're committed to making things even just a little bit better? Because every little bit that you contribute makes a big difference in the long run. So tunnel vision is what I want to hone in on right now. And tunnel vision, like think about, a horse that has blinders on, all it's doing is looking forward and seeing where it's going, where it's heading. And today we are bombarded with messages and opportunities and emails and instant messengers and dings on our phone. Like all day long, you could be dinging and ringing, but you got to be able to stay focused on your vision, to be able to have the clarity of knowing what it is that you want and the commitment to not give up until it happens. And when Women's Prosperity Network was in its infancy, we had a vision. And this is back in 2007, 2008. We had a vision of women here to make a difference, coming together around the globe so that as the collective, we would have a bigger impact. And you all bring different skills, gifts, and talents to the table. And isn't that a beautiful thing? And when we first started out, our very first event, get this, we're global now, hundreds and thousands of people that we get to serve on a consistent basis. Our very first event was 35 women in a small hotel room in Hollywood, Florida. We've all got to start someplace. Our company name was not even Women's Prosperity Network. It was something different. So we morphed and we adapted, we listened, but always stayed committed to the vision of creating this beautiful community that now exists, and we're 14 years in existence. So how do you stay inspired when the waves are trying to knock you down, when a pandemic hits and all the ways you knew to do business are suddenly gone, when the economy takes a hit? How do you keep going? It's by staying connected and focused and having absolute tunnel vision on achieving your goal. And I want to reference, I see too many people that say, oh, let me try this, let me try this, let me try this. And then you go off in different tangents and your vision loses some of its force, some of the power that it has to really back you in moving forward. So to maintain your tunnel vision, I recommend that you all write out a vision statement. And that vision statement can look like, it can be just a couple of simple sentences. And think of it in this way. Whatever your business is or your impact that you want to make is, what is the end result that you want to see realized as a result of the work that you do? So what is your vision? So I know Rita Thomas is in the house, and Rita, thank you for taking notes for us and putting them in the chat. What is your vision? And let me use Rita as an example. Rita's vision might be, she wants a world where all entrepreneurs have access, easy access to the systems that will run their business to save their sanity and their time. She wants to see entrepreneurs feeling free and unencumbered, knowing that they've got the systems in place to run a successful business so they can have a greater impact and a greater income. And she says, amen. I'm looking in the chat now, right? So what is your vision? And then hold on to that vision and back that vision up in times of doubt with reflecting on the people who you've already made a difference in the life of. So I have a stack here, excuse me while I reach over. This is a stack of thank you notes, love notes that I've gotten from clients. And I keep them near me because sometimes, I get to feeling like I'm not good enough or I can't do this. Everybody gets in those phases. The key is not to let it knock you down and to have tools in place so that your vision will consistently move forward. So in order to be a visionary with guts, the first key is having absolute tunnel vision. I am doing this. I am moving forward. Nothing is going to stop me. And when you feel those times of doubt, look at your vision statement and then also reflect on people who you've already made a difference in their lives. The second component of this quintessential equation of living as a visionary with guts is television. Now, what this means is that you sit and watch lots and lots of television. Who thinks I'm kidding? Yes, you know I'm kidding. Television is about becoming a television. And once you know your vision, you must share your vision with everyone you meet so that the universe can conspire in your favor to place those people in your path, and you'll be able to recognize them and them recognize you. The people in your path that are there to support you in bringing that vision to life. Because we're not meant to do this thing alone. We are meant to do it together. We are meant to come together for the betterment of all. And if you keep your vision a secret, that difference that you want to make, and imagine you happen to be at a grocery store, a concert, a seminar, a networking event, and you happen to be sitting next to the person that God has placed in your path to be the one to support you, or you support them, and you keep that vision all to yourself, the opportunity is lost. So our responsibility, get this, our responsibility is to share our vision with everyone we meet so that we can make that difference. And I have one small caveat to add to that, and that is, I know that there are some people in your life who may not believe in your vision. They may say, oh, that's never going to happen, or I don't know how that could be. And what I know for sure is it's okay to not share your vision with those people, because your vision, especially in the early stages, is delicate. Think of it like a bubble. You know, you blow those bubbles with the dish soap, or, you know, the little magic wand, and you blow that bubble. It's fragile. And one little negative comment from someone could knock your faith. So if you know there are people in your life who just don't get you, and that's all it is, they don't get the amount of faith that you have. Their fears about you jumping out and doing your own business or having this big dream and vision, their doubt or negativity is actually their own self-doubt and fears. And let me also point it out in this way. It's actually their love for you. So you don't need to share it. Just go ahead and do it. And kind of like in Bruno Mars in the song says, don't believe me, just watch. Just go ahead and do it. And surround yourself with people who believe in you even more than you might believe in yourself. And that's what our community is about. And let me tell you, I have those people in my life as well. And unfortunately, sometimes the people who don't believe in us so much, they can be our closest circle, which is why it's key to share your vision with people, meet new people, have that opportunity, and to be able to convey it in a powerful, impactful way. So think about what you see on television, whether it's ads, commercials, we don't love the Super Bowl commercials, right? Whether it's commercials or TV shows, they are skilled at telling a story, the vision of what it is they're seeking to convey in their show or in their advertising. You must become skilled at conveying your vision in such a way that it's inspiring, engaging, and enrolling. And part of what I'm going to share with you in part 2 of this whole series that I'm doing right now in March, part of what I'm going to share with you in the hot list system is how you create that messaging that just has people say, oh yeah, I want to be a part of that. So look at Women's Prosperity Network. We were 3 sisters back in 2007, having this vision of a community of impassioned, inspired women making a positive difference in the world and supporting each other. like really supporting each other, because we saw that there was this conversation about women not supporting each other and backstabbing. And I'm like, no, that's not what it is. Women stand together, and together we are so much stronger. So when we had this vision, it was just the three of us. And to complete this big vision, we couldn't do it by ourselves. So we started sharing our vision with others. And part of that vision was to bring other women leaders into the fold so they could build their communities and take this essence of the awesomeness that Women's Prosperity Network is. So I remember that I was at an event, I was at a conference in Orlando, met a woman from Pennsylvania, and I shared this vision for this global community of Women's Prosperity Network and what it was going to do and the difference that it would make. And she said, I want to be a part of this. How can I be a part of this? And that was Teresa Velarde, who became our very first chapter leader. And then we had Kathy, and then we had Sandy. And it's so for you, who are you sharing your vision with? You must be a television and be able to convey it in a compelling way. So the first equation is the first element in this quintessential equation of living as a visionary with guts is tunnel vision. Stay laser focused. Don't let anything deter you. Put those blinders on. Set timers on your phone. Write that vision down. Read it and breathe it and drink it in every day. Have tunnel vision. Number two is to become a television. And let me say, when I first discovered this formula, it wasn't as easy as it is today to be a television. So we started Women's Prosperity Network back in 2008. Facebook was just coming on board. YouTube was there, but who was really using it? You didn't have Instagram. LinkedIn existed. There was no TikTok. Social media had not exploded in the way that it does. Every single one of you have your own platform right now in this moment to share your vision. Share your vision. Get out there. You can be on everybody's device, whether it's their telephone, their TV. You can be there. Your opportunity is greater than ever. And you must get skilled in how you convey your message, how you convey your vision as a television. The last piece I want to share in this quintessential equation may be the most important, although they're all important. And the reason I highlight this one is you must be able to move past the blocks, the obstacles, and the challenges that will absolutely come your way. It's part of the process. And that is to have X-ray vision. I want you to imagine Superman now. He's got the laser eyes going right through whatever gets in his way. So you must have steadfast faith and X-ray vision to be able to see beyond those obstacles and challenges. And I believe it was Napoleon Hill who said, every adversity contains an equal seed of opportunity, but we've got to be able to look for it. We've got to be able to recognize that whatever challenge you may be experiencing right now does not have to be what continues for the future. I remember years ago, I was talking with a friend. She lives in New York, and her daughter was about to graduate high school, and she wanted to go to college in Florida. Actually, she was a sophomore. She was in 10th grade. She had a couple of years, and she was talking about moving to Florida, and she wanted to go to University of Miami. And when I was talking with my friend, she mentioned to me, she's like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford that. I can't fly back and forth. And, it's not even about the tuition. It's about, being able to get her back and forth. And I said, hold on a second. You have 2 years until that happens. Are you telling me that things have to stay exactly the way they are? That you can't make a plan to create greater income, to open up the space for opportunities? What if it could be easy for you to get some extra income coming in? What if it could be easy for this to happen? And here's the thing, that little question of, but what if it could be easy? That opens up the door for possibilities to come in. That opens up the space for new ways of thinking. If you think the way it is now is the way it is always going to be, and it's never going to be able to change, and you get stuck in that energy and you don't have that X-ray vision to see through, that's not going to work, my friends. And this X-ray vision comes about by, once again, keeping other people around you. So as it turns out, a few years later, my friend's daughter didn't go to college in New York, but she now lives in Florida. So the visions will happen as long as we don't block what's possible by buying into appearances as they now exist. And think of it this way: whatever challenge you may be experiencing right now is actually a result of previous thinking. And what we want to do now is shift the thinking to be able to see forward to what's possible. And I promise, when you do this, new opportunities will come in, new ways to find solutions for things. And the book I mentioned earlier, Visionaries with Guts, let me tell you how that came about. It was December of 2009, and we were about a year into Women's Prosperity Network, and things were going okay, but it was not having the level of success that we had dreamed and hoped about. So I hired a coach, and I knew if there was something not good with what was going on in my environment, the most important thing to change was what? Everybody tell me in the chat. In order for things to change, I must change. Right? Exactly. Me. So I hired this coach to help me become a better leader, to uncover whatever crap I was making up that I didn't have the X-ray vision to see through. And it was $7,500 to work with her for, I think it was 2 or 3 months. And I was like, oh my goodness, $7,500. And this was in the beginning of December of 2009. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good. I'll get back to you when I have the money. And she said, Nancy, didn't you tell me you're a visionary? You're a great manifester. Why don't you write me a check right now, post-date it for 30 days, and then go out and manifest? And I was like, oh my goodness. But she called me on my stuff, right? That's what a good coach will do. A good coach is going to rise you up to who she knows you can be. And that's what we do for you as well. So trembling hands, I write the check and I handed it over to her for $7,500. Mind you, this is in December. We've got Christmas and presents. Mind you, I'm still a single mother. I had quit my job. I sold my other business, and and 2009, we're still in the midst of a massive recession in this country. But I wrote the check. I stepped down in faith. Are you stepping out in faith for yourself? Are you stepping out in faith for your vision? So I wrote the check. So that was $7,500. And then I also had bills and expenses. So in that month of December, I needed to manifest about $20,000. Whew, tall order, right? So I started journaling. I got tunnel vision. And my tunnel vision in that time, this incremental tunnel vision, is how can I create $20,000 in the next 30 days? And I sat down in my journal and every morning and I wrote the question, how can I create $20,000 in the next 30 days? How can I create? So my morning practice is journaling and reading. And at the time, I don't think I have the book here. At the time I was reading The 1 Minute Millionaire. And as I was reading through this book in 2009, Mark Victor Hansen mentioned how he co-wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul series with Jack Canfield, and inspiration hit. Because I had tunnel vision on finding a way. So I want you to think about this right now. What is it that you want? Are you giving it tunnel vision? Find a way, find a way. And so this idea, inspiration hit, to create an anthology book about what it takes to be a visionary with guts. And I know that it takes lots of different pieces. So I'll invite other people to be a part of that book with me. And they'll pay to be a part of it, and I'll help market them. And the results, my friend, is on December 19th. So I went from December 1st to December 19th, 19 days. The clock was ticking. She was going to cash that check. How am I going to, right? On day 19, the idea hits. On December 31st, I had generated $18,500 with 15 authors on board. Now think about this. December. I could have said, oh, nobody's going to have money. People don't spend money in December. BS. I casted my vision for what this book was going to do, for the impact it would have on the readers, the impact it would have for the authors and getting them out there and celebrated and known in other ways. And because I had tunnel vision, first on how do I create the revenue, then finding a way to add value to people's lives, then on serving and creating this project, $18,500 by the 31st of December, from the 19th to the 31st. Short time period, Christmas, New Year's, people traveling, holidays. I had people calling me because they found out about the project and said, how can I be involved? I was just making holiday catch-up calls to friends and family, and one of them said, I want to be a part of that, and invested $3,500 just because I called, because I cared about her, and the universe aligned for it to make value for both of us. By the end of a full 30-day cycle, actually January 5th, so from December 19th to January 5th, and I document this, right? I had finalized all of the authors, and a total revenue came in of $26,642.50, which gave me the $20,000 I needed so she could cash the check for my bills. We had a great holiday that year, plus the money it was going to cost to put this project out there. So I share that story with you to give you an inspiration for wherever you're sitting right now, whatever that big dream or that big vision is. You are a visionary with guts. You can do it. And don't try to do it alone. Arm yourself, equip yourself with this foundation of tunnel vision, television, and X-ray vision, and it will happen for you. So I trust that you've enjoyed today's quintessential equation, and that you'll also join us for the second part of this, where I'm going to share the practical step, because it doesn't have to be complicated. When you have this foundation of being a visionary with guts, holding your vision, telling your vision, and having X-ray vision, and then apply what I call the hot list system, so that you can share your message effectively, attract your ideal clients, and joint venture partners, everything comes together for massive success. And the link to join us for this hot list system is womensprosperityNetwork.com/hot-list, hot-list. So womensprosperityNetwork.com/hot-list. So hopefully somebody will put that in the chat for me. Otherwise, I will do that. And let me go ahead, and I want to give our audience an opportunity to ask questions. I'm here to support you, because what you do matters, but more importantly, who you are really matters. So let me go ahead and make it happen for us to open up. And our first one will be Peg Duchesne. Good morning, Peg.
Good morning, Nancy. Wow Wednesday. It's always great when you are our presenter on Wow Wednesday. Not that you don't have awesome presenters every week, but we love it when you're the guest on the guest show.
Oh, good.
Wow, hot list. I cannot wait. Rita just put the link in the chat. I'm going to run over and grab it, because, you know, this chat we're not able to save, unfortunately, because there are some golden nuggets in here. Anyway, I am so excited about the hot list. Women's Prosperity Network always makes things so easy. Break it down. It's like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? And you give us those bite-sized nuggets. So thank you, Nancy. Great morning.
Oh, you are most welcome, Peg. And you know what, Peg?
What?
You and I met, I believe it was in 2010 or 2009.
2008, but who's counting?
Well, all the way back. I think it was before this. It was when we just started Women's Prosperity Network, right?
You had written the book, but it hadn't yet been published. Yes, indeed.
Very good. Yeah.
And we met at a Bob Berg event, and you and I are still very close friends with Bob Berg. And, you know, you are living the life and showing us all how to do it. So thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
You are most welcome. You are most welcome. It's a pleasure to be able to play with you for all these years and to see, let me just mention this, Peg, to see the difference you're making, helping people get their messages out. Like when I talked about with your television piece, you need to be able to convey it in an enrolling, engaging, and compelling way. And for those who don't know, that's what Peg helps you with. So put your contact in the chat or on the Facebook or something like that.
Thank you so much. And have a great rest of your Wow Wednesday.
Yes. Beautiful. Thanks, Peg. All right, let's go. Let's go next. I believe that was Pastor Dorothy May Ross.
Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
Good morning, beautiful. I am wonderful and grateful.
Yeah, I really needed that this morning. It's because it just brought some things back. That's why I love you, because so much of what you say, I can just really connect with it. So I truly believe that focus, like you said, focus is the one thing. You got to have that, those bridles on like the horse does, so you can just see straight ahead of you. You forget about everybody else around you.
Yeah.
Don't see them, see what's ahead of you, where you've got to go. And then after you do that, don't keep everything a secret. Because when you're around the right people,
That's
you know
right.
who to talk to. They will connect with you.
Yes.
And you can tell your story. And people will not just tolerate you as you're telling your story. There will be people there that will celebrate what it is that you're doing and even give you the best input. Man, it's so, and don't forget about fun. You know, I'm about fun.
Me too.
So regardless of doing, make sure it makes sense to you and make sure that it is fun. Plan it to be fun, you know? So I love it.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you're with us, my friend, and that it gave you some value today. And that was my intention, is I wanted, you know, today's message to support each and every one of you in, you know, having that fire reignited to move forward, because, you know, stuff happens, man, right? we got to be able to move forward. Awesome. Love you, my friend.
Love you as well. Thank you again.
Good. You're welcome. Let me also, Leslie Palmer, if you want to unmute yourself, I see your question in the chat about how do you create a vision statement. So Leslie, if you want to unmute yourself, I'll be happy to chat with you a little bit. And I will kick in. If you're on your phone, by the way, I believe you hit *6 on your phone in order to unmute yourself. And Leslie, there you are. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. So your question is, how do you write a vision statement?
Correct.
And this is how I define a vision and a mission statement. Oftentimes, these two get interchanged. So think of it in this way. A vision statement is, how do you want to see a market segment, a population, a statistic, the way the world is? You know, how do you want to see that after your impact, after your work is done? What is it? What is the difference that you want to see experience? So what's your business, Leslie?
Well, that's another question, because I'm trying to define that.
Okay. Well, what's on your heart? What's on your heart that you want to make a difference in?
I want to, I don't want to take up a lot of time, but
basically,
small homes that can be brought to people, older people who are living in a home that are like 2-story and stuff, and they don't have a lot of money, and be able to roll in like a tiny house, hook it up to the house, and have a ramp, and it's big enough to have a hospital bed and a
beautiful
and a sink and roll in.
So your vision This is beautiful, Leslie. And thank you for this passion and desire. You'll find a way. You'll find a way. You hear me?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I don't know about that, Nancy, but I didn't know how I was going to find $20,000 in 30 days in Christmas. I didn't know. I didn't go into it saying, oh, I'm going to write this book. I had no idea, but I held my faith. So your vision for what you described is, you want the elderly to be able to age with dignity, even in the face of medical challenges. Your vision is that it, right? Your vision is that it's easy for them to move through those final stages of life with ease, dignity, and grace. That's your vision, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So your vision is the end result after you've done your work, the impact that you want to have had. Your mission is how you'll go about it. And this is how I define vision and mission statement. So your mission might be by providing tiny home communities with accessible healthcare, accessories. I don't know what the right word is for like the hospital bed and things like that.
Yeah.
Equipment, right?
Yeah.
So so I fulfill my vision. I live my vision every day through my mission. And my mission is creating and providing tiny house communities or communities with equipment, staff, resources, and spiritual support. I would imagine as part of it too.
Yeah.
For the elderly. And then with a mission statement such as that, now you can take a look at what are the actions I'm taking on a daily basis, and are they moving me closer to my vision?
Okay.
So was that helpful?
Yes, very.
Yeah, good. And here's the thing, like there's a vision for Women's Prosperity Network, a world of impassioned, inspired, determined women making a positive difference and great income through their programs, projects, and services. And we fulfill that mission through community, online training, and resources to support them and propel them forward. That's our vision and our mission for Women's Prosperity Network. Now, I also have a personal vision statement. My personal vision statement is a world, melt into this with me, everyone, okay? A world where everyone treats each other as the one, with that same level of value, respect, and attention that we give when we think someone's the one, the one who's going to make that next hookup for us, our spouse, or a great client. Imagine a world where everywhere you go, people are interested in meeting you and curious about you, and they love, honor, and respect one another. That's my vision for this world, and I believe it's possible.
That's a beautiful world.
Good. Join me. And you're already in that part of it. So it's really, for me, that's why I wrote the book, The One Philosophy. That's why I created the People Skills Academy. So visions keep growing and expanding, businesses keep developing. And again, the quintessential equation tied with the hot list system is what brings that about. So now I have a vision, personal vision, and then I also have a personal mission statement. And here's how I did that one. If I want a world where everyone treats each other as the one, who do I need to be on a daily basis? Well, every day I appreciate, educate, and elevate. Every day I appreciate what it is that I have in my life, and I appreciate others. Every day I educate myself, so I'm always learning and growing higher, and I share that knowledge with others. Every day I elevate so that I come from a higher place in thought, deed, and action, and I elevate others and let them know how amazing they are. So if I live that mission every day, I'm contributing to the vision.
Right.
Yeah. So it takes it's, I share it with you today easily because I've been practicing it, and give it that space, So Leslie, I trust that you'll, join us, come to the hot list. I also have another opportunity that I want to mention. Friday afternoon, Friday the 18th, from 2 Eastern, 2 to 3:30 Eastern, I'm offering the opportunity for what I refer to as laser coaching. And what this is an opportunity to, think of it like this. What challenge are you experiencing, or what breakthrough are you looking to have? If you ask me the question and I could wave a magic wand to break you through it, right? That's what laser coaching is. So there's a link for that as well. Let me put the link for that in the chat. And it's I can't type and talk at the same time. Give me a second. All right. Yeah. So womensprosperityNetwork.com/laser, LASER. And I'm doing a session this Friday. It's complimentary. And part of the reason that I'm doing this is to invite you to play with us at the next level, because a true visionary with guts has their vision, and the guts comes from applying this quintessential equation and then surrounding yourself with people who will support you no matter what. And that's what we're here to do. So Leslie, I hope you'll join us for laser coaching.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for what you're doing. You'll find a way.
Thanks. I hope so.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Let me check in. Susan, my sister, Susan's going to talk. Go ahead, Susan. You should be able to unmute yourself.
I did it. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited.
You're my guts, sister. First of all, Susan is the one that gave me the name of the Visionary with Guts. So as usual, my sister, you're responsible for all of this.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was inspired and I love to support. So I just had an idea, and I don't know if it's possible, but would it be possible for you to send me the chat? And then anybody that sends me an email and says, wow, chat in the subject line, I send it to them.
You are the bomb, Diddy.
Because there are so many gems in there, and I hate for people to miss them. There's people that are driving.
I can't wait to see the chat.
So would you be able to do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. All right, 3 cheers. Can you hear them? Everybody's excited.
Very good. Yay. Very good.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Susan. All right, so send an email. Who do you want the email to go to?
Let's send it so it gets here really fast. Well, you can always send it to team, TEAM, at womensprosperityNetwork.com. If you receive emails from us, just hit any one of them and hit reply and just change the subject line to wow chat, and I'll get it. Okay. I guess that's the easiest and best way to do it, especially for those that are driving.
Very good. Thank you, Susan. Always bringing value. And
my great pleasure.
It is your great pleasure, and you do it quite well, my sister.
Thank you. My goal is to enrich lives.
That's your vision.
That's my vision.
You live it every day.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, thank you for enriching mine so consistently.
My pleasure. And thanks for enriching mine.
Yeah, good. It's a little love fest. All right. Go to womensprosperityNetwork.com/laser, LASER, if you want to join us on Friday for the laser coaching session. And then go to womensprosperityNetwork.com/hot-list and join us. You can choose to join us either the 17th, and I'm also doing it, I think, the 22nd next week. So I've got 2 different dates. I wanted to make sure that as many people as possible would have access to this. Check in any other questions or comments before we wrap up today. Checking in. I see a hand up. Michelle, hello there, beautiful. Michelle, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Hi, Nancy. Thank you so much. It was amazing. I wanted to ask if you're going to have a replay of the hot list, because I'm not going to be able to make either event. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, we'll have a replay. Just make sure you sign up for it because we only like to send it to the people who ask for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure and my purpose, by the way. That's what we're here for. Awesome. Barbara Ellison is in the house.
What time is the training on Friday?
Friday is at 2 p.m. Eastern from 2 to 3:30.
2 to 3:30. Thank you.
Yeah.
It doesn't, it doesn't show it on the,
If you
flyer.
click the button for March 18th,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
yeah, it'll tell you there. And thank you. I'll make a correction on that. Now that one, there is no replays. This is just a small group. I did this session last Friday as well and was able to support about 12 people. So you'll have a brief questionnaire to fill out so that you can be laser focused and I can be laser focused in serving you during that time.
Okay. Let me see. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Look forward to seeing you there. All right. Again, any other questions or comments? All right. Well, go ahead and register for the laser coaching on Friday. And I'm getting a couple of questions from people who are currently in our coaching program, and they get coaching from us every Monday. And they want to know, can we come to the laser coaching on Friday? So you can absolutely come to laser coaching on Friday. And so that I can serve people who've not experienced it before, I will serve them first, and then time permitting, we'll serve you for your laser coaching. So if you want to go ahead and register, even if you're in our coaching program, do that. Just know that I'm going to serve the new people, first. And because you get me on Monday, you get me and Trish every single Monday. So if I don't get to your question on Friday afternoon, we'll make sure that we get to it on Monday as part of our momentum coaching program. So sign up. And here's the other thing. When you come to this group laser coaching session, even if you don't have a question, you're going to learn. You're going to get results. You're going to move forward. It always happens because there may be questions you don't even know to ask. So join us, come in on the hot list. Great, Leslie, I will see you then. And let me check in. Any other questions or comments before we wrap up today? I think we're complete. Get out there, my friends. Be the visionary with guts that I know you are. You'll find a way. And part of the way is through other people. Remember that. You don't have to do this by yourself, and you have this amazing community to support you in so many ways. So get out there, make a difference, and as Pastor Dorothy May said, have fun. We got to have some fun. Bye, everybody. Have a beautiful day.